cat-friendly clinic is meant to provide an environment where a cat will be encouraged to be a bit more relaxed and hopefully less stressed. So the big thing is trying to separate the cats from the dogs, providing them a room and space where they can be first examined and then secondarily housed away from other dogs, recognizing that's their primary stress. There's some other things that we implement in the exam rooms to try and make it less stressful for the cats. Using blankets, of course, on the table or something so that there's not as slippy for them. We use some pheromones, those are airborne hormones, in the room to try and diminish his anxiety a bit. And our handling technique for cats is different than dogs, of course, because we all know cats are not small dogs. All cats should come in for an examination at least once a year because by their very nature, cats tend to be very secretive when things are going wrong. They don't typically tell us when they're sore. They just start doing a little bit less. Sometimes they hide a little bit more. Sometimes they eat a little bit less. But the changes tend to be very, very subtle. The idea on coming into a veterinarian is that we'll be able to detect things that might not be obvious to an owner at home. We usually ask questions about subtle changes in their environment or changes in how they're behaving, and hopefully that gives us some clues of things that we might want to look at. A part of our annual wellness exam for all cats will likely include vaccinations. Vaccines are given on a schedule which will incorporate annual and triannual vaccines. That will include rabies, of course, but also a roster of other diseases that your veterinarian will consider your pet at risk for. It's certainly important that cats have occasional blood work done as they age, just like us. We'll often recommend annual blood work to get a look at what's going on inside their kidneys, their liver, their blood sugar, their protein, and check for the presence of specific diseases. It's important that we do annual parasite control for all of our indoor cats because they're certainly still at risk for these, from the house plants that have our potting soil that tend to be contaminated, also from house flies, which they love to catch and kill on a regular basis, and thirdly from dirt coming in on our feet that they would then pick up off